this was like a week and a half, 2 weeks after reopening. And let's see, reopening was like June 22nd, around that time. So that first week out, we were super busy, super booked out. It was like the craziest week we ever saw. You know, like we had people coming in looking like chia pets. Yeah. We was fixing everybody up. And then the next week after that was nuts. It was straight empty. And we were like, oh shit, like this is it.
So you got like a pump fake.
Yeah. And then we were like, yo, this is nuts. And then it wasn't only us, by the way. It was every other salon and barbershop on the block. And just so the listeners have an idea, like Pell Street's like Barber's Row. It's all the barbershops, all the salons, and it's been there since like the 80s, 90s. You know what I mean? Like it's just historically a place for grooming, you know, and beauty. So we realized it was getting crazy. It was an issue. It was going to be an issue because we saw it wasn't only us, it was everybody else. You saw the salon stylist and the barber standing outside waiting for clients now.
That's the worst.
It was straight empty. The street was straight empty. Literally, you would look down the street, peek your head out, crickets, and you would see the other barbers and salon stylists just sitting outside.
Lucky Boys Podcast.
We did a little thing with Vice pre-lockdown. So it was literally a week before lockdown, and it was the topic was like xenophobia. And how it was affecting Chinatown, how it was affecting business. And then, lucky enough, we caught attention with Yahoo, and they did a little piece about us, about how Chinatown was like being resilient through the pandemic. And at the time, hope and everything was kind of like very like limited, you know, like even I myself, we thought about folding at some points.
You did?
Yeah, we did. We did, because simply like you just didn't know when the light was at the end of the tunnel. COVID was so new, right? It was definitely pretty scary. It was scary.
Very scary.
You never see Chinatown shut down ever.
And it didn't seem like the system wasn't designed to deal with this and support businesses at the same time.
Right. And like seeing everything shut down in Chinatown was definitely the scariest part. And so seeing that type of response from our community and how people were afraid really made us worry about the comeback, and made all the guys in the space worry about the comeback. And we were like, holy shit, like this might be it. You know, like
party's over. Yeah,
party's over. Like right before this, we were on our high horses. We were throwing actual parties. You know, like we throw. We throw about like 4 parties a year.
I heard about those barbecues that you did right outside.
yeah. I mean,
talk about building community.
Yeah. We're kind of crazy. You know, like I think we're the type that's willing to try it, and then when someone's here to shut us down, oh shoot, I'm so sorry.
I didn't know. I swear.
Let me just pack up my stuff and get out of here.
Did you guys ever get shut down?
No, never. I think
because I know a lot of other where they grill outside and have a party.
I think we had a party. We had a couple barbecues actually. But we had one barbecue. The most recent one was July 4th. At that time, we actually threw a activation for that. So we said, this all super spontaneous, by the way. So like, this was like a week and a half, 2 weeks after reopening. And let's see, reopening was like June 22nd, around that time. So that first week out, we were super busy, super booked out. It was like the craziest week we ever saw. You know, like we had people coming in looking like chia pets. Yeah. We was fixing everybody up. And then the next week after that was nuts. It was straight empty. And we were like, oh shit, like this is it.
So you got like a pump fake.
Yeah. And then we were like, yo, this is nuts. And then it wasn't only us, by the way. It was every other salon and barbershop on the block. And just so the listeners have an idea, like Pell Street's like Barber's Row. It's all the barbershops, all the salons, and it's been there since like the 80s, 90s. You know what I mean? Like it's just historically a place for grooming, you know, and beauty. So we realized it was getting crazy. It was an issue. It was going to be an issue because we saw it wasn't only us, it was everybody else. You saw the salon stylist and the barber standing outside waiting for clients now.
That's the worst.
It was straight empty. The street was straight empty. Literally, you would look down the street, peek your head out, crickets, and you would see the other barbers and salon stylists just sitting outside.
Yeah.
And it was very disheartening. And I think that we went about a week realizing that. And then July 4th was coming up and we realized like, crap, that's crazy. And at that time during July, it's not like the city was dead though. Like I would bike around different neighborhoods. I would take my city bike around different neighborhoods. West Village was popping. Tribeca by the West Side Highways was popping. It was like, not to say like back to normal, but people were out, you know?
Dude, I mean, yeah, it's summertime. Definitely there's a lot of foot traffic.
Right.
And I mean, we're in a winter time now and it's freezing. And we went out yesterday and it was popping,
so
man.
busy.
So many people. I'm like,
Right.
what, everything you see in the news about New York dying, I'm just looking around like, yo, people are drinking outside,
Right.
having a good time, mingling, talking.
Yeah. I mean, at that time, it was busy in every other neighborhood but Chinatown.
That's true. Yeah.
And I remember getting groceries sometimes at like the Whole Foods in Tribeca or like the Target, and then bringing in Chinatown. It's like you would pass like maybe Broadway or Canal Street, and then it would be dead. And then you like pass that border, and then it would be like families are out, everybody's running around, and like going back into central Chinatown was like a ghost town. And at that time, we were just like, wow, this sucks so bad. And I could just see it on everybody else's faces on the block, how down they were, and how worried they were, right? I'm sure these guys like on the block, I don't think that any of them were ever prepared for this situation. And being the fact that their prices were that low, I knew that it was going to be a problem for them, So we came up with the idea to throw a barbecue because we just wanted to boost the morale of all our neighbors. So we wanted to just like, hey, let's go buy all this stuff, throw a barbecue and give it out for free.
So this was a barbecue for the community.
Yeah.
Not like to bring in customers, but just for,
for the community.
To boost morale.
Yeah.
So that's interesting that you say that because all you guys are in the same field.
Yeah.
Yet it doesn't sound like there's like some type of
Competition.
competitiveness where you guys are kind of hating on each other.
Nah, absolutely not. I think that was actually one of our worries going into this like space, this industry, that like the other people would perceive us and be like, oh crap, these guys are gonna try to come in here and do this and that. But it was actually complete opposite.
It was all love. They weren't like, oh, you're trying to be all different.
Well, maybe that's what. I mean, I don't know what they said behind doors, but like, I think for the most part, it was very supportive. Like a lot of the OGs in the block came over and said like, oh wow, this is so dope. Like this is so inspiring to see that you guys are doing this. I think they themselves saw like the young talent come in, and it was like them looking at themselves, when they were doing this.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of that was super supportive.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, funny enough, we actually threw a barbecue at that time too as an icebreaker, and it went really well. So that's why when we wanted to throw the second barbecue around, when things were like, kind of like, it wasn't a good situation at the time. Throwing the barbecue just made the most sense to bring everybody's morale up. We got like a DJ to come in. Shout out to DJ Kevin Lim for pulling through. Yeah. And like we teamed up with Wilson from Namwa. And we had like
we had him on.
Yeah, we had him on.
Well, it's gonna release, but this week. But yeah, it was
cool dude. Yeah,
nice.
Great guy.
Yeah. So like we teamed up. We threw something on the block. He let us use the kitchen. We posted right in front of his spot. And the funny,
you guys are neighbors.
Yeah.
The
funnier thing was, last minute we just decided, why don't we shoot a video? We don't. Our schedules are empty. It's whatever. Giving out complimentary haircuts wasn't like foreign to us before because we've done it a ton of times in the past, right? And we were like, you know what? Anybody who spends $45 in Chinatown on July 4th will get a free haircut on us. And we shot this like video in like literally 15 minutes, and we chopped it up. We put it onto Instagram. And it's nuts because we woke up the next morning. We posted at 11 p.m. mind you. And so we just posted it and passed out. And then the next morning we woke up and it was like 1,000 shares. And we're like, what the hell is going on?
It was going
IG?
viral?
Yeah. And it was we were getting tagged. People
I love your energy, man. That's real cool.
Yeah,
that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. It was unexpected because we just wanted to put it out there because I think it wasn't recognizing only that it was slow for barbershops and salons, but it was recognizing it was slow for the restaurants, the bakeries, everything else, like when we would go pick up lunch, like we would see that it was straight empty, inside. And then that was when restaurants were allowed to reopen for takeout, but like there just wasn't people waiting for food, you know. There wasn't a lot of deliveries at the time, and it was just super bummed out. So we were like, yo, let's do something that brings some awareness.
Yeah.
And like, obviously we're lucky enough to be in tune with tech and social media that like we could put out an Instagram post, right? But I felt like that was what a lot of businesses didn't have access to.